Strength.
Endurance.
Stamina.
These aren't just words.
They're the foundation of every race.
Every wave.
Every sprint to the finish.
Out here, it's about more than just winning.
It's about pushing past pain.
Defying exhaustion.
And embracing every challenge the ocean throws at us.
When the waves are towering.
When the sand burns underfoot.
And when your body says stop.
That's when the real test begins.
This is where champions are forged.
This is where only the strongest come through.
This is the Shaw and Partners Iron Series.
Hello and welcome to the Shaw and Partners Iron Series. We're at Wanda Beach in the heart of Sydney for race 2 of round number 1. I'm Josh Minogue. Joining me on the sand is former Ironwoman champion Courtney Hancock. Courtney, what a way to start this new look series.
Oh, where to start? The Enduro, it was brutal. We saw everything out there. But our true champions, Lana Rogers and Ali Day, were too good in the end.
That's it. A new look series, a lot of changes, but the same old names at the top of the results sheet. We'll start with the ladies. It really was a top 5 that broke away, and they were a class above.
It was. Electra Alton, very impressive. She led for half of the race, and then you saw Lana Rogers, Lucy Derbyshire, Tiani Massey, and Lizzie Wellborn really stuck like glue, broke the rest of the field, and it came down to being very close towards the end.
Yeah, spot on. And on the men's side of things, it was Generation Next that came to the fore. Some young guns really put it to the old heads, but at the end, Ali Day was undeniable.
He was. It's the first time we haven't seen Ali Day actually lead most of the Enduro format. It was Ethan Callahan who was having all his way for about 3/4 of the race, but the 10-time Coolangatta Gold champion Ali Day came through in the end, only 10 seconds ahead of Riley Harlan and CJ Brennan.
Yeah, unfortunately, Callahan missed the podium there, but he will be back without a shadow of a doubt. But a very different format today. I think things are going to change.
Absolutely. We can tick off the Enduro, and now today we have the Eliminator. So let's have a look at what the Eliminator has in store for us.
Taking a look at the course map, it's a traditional iron course across 3 races that the athletes will take on today. Swim, board, ski is the order for race number 1. We'll drop 6, board, ski, swim for race number 2. And then we'll wrap it up with ski, swim, board to finish. First across the line is the winner. That's the challenge ahead for these athletes. But before they get to the start line, let's meet a few more of our Shaw and Partners Iron Men.
My name is Mitchell Stitt. I'm 20 years old and I'm from Surfers Paradise Surf Life Saving Club. Kind, hardworking, and caring. Is that the same thing as kind?
Ethan Callahan, 18, Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park. I don't know. Tall, fish-like, and slim.
Finn Askew, 23 years of age at Surfers Paradise Surf Life Saving Club. Fast, fit and competitive. I'm just myself and I undoubtedly don't really care what people think when it comes to that.
My name is Connor Maggs. I'm 19 and I'm from Newport Surf Life Saving Club. I would say unique, professional and hardworking.
I'm Will Savage. I'm from Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park, and I'm 22. To describe myself, I would say competitive, hardworking, and sarcastic.
I'm Riley Harlan. I'm 18 years old and I'm from BMD Northcliffe Surf Club. Determined, energetic, and hardworking.
My name's Tex Dixon and I'm from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park Surf Life Saving Club and I'm 22 years old. Hilarious, hardworking, and cool. Why not? Yeah. Just a top bloke, yeah. I hope so.
They are funny, aren't they, Courtney Hancock? Some of the best in the business, and a couple of those guys will be looking for a big result today after yesterday's enduro. Let's take a look at the field here. And they're coming up in just a few moments' time in the same order as they finished yesterday. So Ali Day got the win. Riley Harlan, the biggest result of his career without a shadow of a doubt. Young Guns on the podium and just off, Callum Brennan and Ethan Callahan. Great performances as well from the Collins boys. They're not brothers, but they both performed exceptionally well in race number 1. The world champ Finn Askew and Jackson Borg sitting pretty inside the top 10 after yesterday. They'll be looking for more of the same. Some more of the young guns there. Connor Maggs, Zach Morris, they are part of that generation next. The 2022 world champion Corey Taylor and Joel Piper will be happy with that. Matt Bevilacqua, 13th place yesterday. Odin Parrish, 14th, right in the middle of the pack courts.
And making their debut was Henry Simpson and the youngster Kai Taylor coming in there. And then next up we had Kai Kinsella. He did make his way up the front there, dropped a little at the back, so he'll be wanting more. The same as Cooper Williams. Braden Casamento and Sean Riley making their debut and doing very, very well. We then move on to Mitch Stitt, and the surprise package was Ben Carberry. Saw him a little bit further back. He will be wanting to have a monster of a day today, as well as TJ Hendy and Will Savage as well out there, who are in the Shaw and Partners red zone, as well as Corey Fletcher and Tex Dixon. So they have a big day ahead of them. We move on. He's suffered from a little bit of sickness, Max Speedy, and unfortunately Kendrick Lewis has withdrawn from the Shaw and Partners Iron Series.
Yeah, we saw yesterday Kenj had that big injury to his calf there. I think it sort of headed up into his knee as well. Race 1 on the line, a 3-race eliminator today. Swim, board, ski is the order. We will only be dropping 5 out of this initial race. That's because Kendrick is not lined up here today. So we go from 27 down to 22. Then we'll drop another 6 in race number 2, 4 minutes in between. 16 in that final race, and first across the line will be the round 1 race 2 champion. And of course, Courtney, you want to stay out of that Shaw and Partners red zone, don't you? The bottom 6, their series will end today, and they will take no further part in the Shaw and Partners Iron Series.
You really want a good swim. You really want to set yourself up. There's 27 athletes on the line. We heard a lot of the athletes saying this is the biggest field they've ever raced in. We just saw before just a little bit of that low tide. There was a lot of that waiting. So we saw the tall athletes out in front there. Kai Kinsella made himself out in front there. So I would say today, set yourself up, get out of that traffic.
Important for race number 1. You can't win the entire round, but you can definitely lose it. And I think the way they recovered from yesterday and the way they build into this race is going to be super important. The athletes who did the right recovery work have come back here and decided to really, well, set themselves up early, maybe blow a few of the cobwebs out and get on the front and get out of trouble. I think that'll be the key to being successful in Eliminator.
Yeah, you are exactly correct there, Josh. And you really want to you don't want to get into that danger zone too early on, because it can catch up with you later on. We just see that turn at the can. Look at this, Josh. That is bodies over bodies.
Yeah, big fight around the cans there. Have a look, a couple of them getting absolutely smashed. Ethan Callahan maybe getting hammered. Henry Simpson, I think, out in front. So Henry had an absolute day out yesterday. On debut, 15th place. He's got to be happy with that. Finished in 3rd place at the World Junior Championships in the swim, behind one of the other guys in the field, and that was Ethan Callahan there and Braden Woodford. So Henry Simpson from Alexandra Headland on the Sunshine Coast, and we said it yesterday, this generation of young guns coming through, they do not care about what is supposed to happen. They go out there and make it happen. 27 men into one turning can does not make for an easy run home, and we can see Simpson working his way back into it. In the background as well, Kai Kinsella starting to wind up. Cooper Williams is there, the Australian surf race champion. Zachy Morris starting to get in on his act. The pink goggles of Dan Collins. I can see Finn Askew as well right in the centre with Sean Riley. There's waves out the back. This might turn it up. There hasn't been much on offer all day, but if this can stand up and a couple can crack one, it'll certainly shake up the lineup.
It will, absolutely. And Henry Simpson, as you said, a top 15 on his debut. He is absolutely having a phenomenal swim out there. He's being chased by the likes of, we see Zach Morris, Kai Kinsella, and also Joe Collins in there as well. So, and we just see the water moving. You see Henry. He's coming to that dirty water. So fantastic body surfing. There's Simpson on the front there. This getting that lead right from the start. He can now not relax so much, but he's definitely out of that danger zone.
What a way to set up your day, Henry Simpson. Go on, son, get away from them there, because if he can get himself through this first race, it would almost guarantee him a spot in round number 2 in Newcastle in just a few weeks' time. So Henry Simpson knows it's now or never for him. Kai Kinsella up in second place through transition. A great start to his day as well. Corey Fletcher needs a huge result today. He was well down the overall point score yesterday, 25th place. He's in the Shaw and Partners red zone. Benny Carberry, I can see him coming through as well. These guys who were well down that overall result yesterday need something big today. And then a couple of guys under the pump. Corey Taylor there, he needs to do more, because at the moment he's running in the back half, I would say in 26th or 27th place.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw Corey Taylor there. He has struggled with a bit of a calf injury as well, so a little bit of the running yesterday might have hurt him. But Henry Simpson out in front, leading the way at the moment. Corey Fletcher would have to be very happy with that swim. He more likes the craft side of things, but here he is. Ethan Callahan making his way through on the inside there. He's not going to muck around, even with a 4th place yesterday. He wants more. He wants to get the win.
Yeah, here comes Connor Maggs as well. Henry Simpson sitting pretty on the front there. Great result. Connor Maggs working very, very hard. Fletcher's there, and, well, it is the young guns. Once again, Ethan Callahan, he surprised a lot of people, but a lot of people who were sort of periphery to the sport yesterday, they said, who's this young kid? Where did he come from? How did he do that? But if you've been watching close, you know he is the heir apparent to the throne. And he's young, he's hungry, he's competitive, and he's on the front here doing a fantastic job and really starting to wind up at the moment. Fantastic there. Corey Fletcher on that yellow board, working very, very hard as they head out to these turning cans. And the jam on the cans, heading into this board leg, a couple of interesting names down, well down in that sort of red zone. Matt Bevilacqua, 21st place. Jackson Borg, 20th place. Callum Brennan, who got on the podium yesterday in 17th. So a couple of guys you'd expect to be right on that top end. They're really battling in the pack, and that's where it is at the moment. You can see Tex Dixon on that orange and white striped board there, really sort of battling. Matty Bevilacqua on the outside as well. He said he had absolutely nothing in that race yesterday. He was exhausted, and if he doesn't get a wriggle on here, he's got to pass 5 or 6 guys. He's going to be in a bit of trouble in this one as well, because he's in last place on his best leg.
Yeah, we don't see Matt Bevilacqua. I don't think we've ever seen him behind there in the board. But Ethan Callahan on screen at the moment. And as we saw like yesterday in the Enduro, he's working those little runners, those long arms, long legs, really doing the good for him at the moment. Henry Simpson still up the front. We just saw Joe Collins in there. And we see
Connor Maggs as well.
Connor Maggs doing very well. And there we go. There's that south side we spoke about. They're just the men over there. We've got Connor Maggs is riding there. We might have Riley Harlan pop up there. So we'll wait and see if more of the athletes take that line in.
Oh, Ethan Callahan, welcome to the big time. Oh, and yesterday was no fluke, without a shadow of a doubt. He gets his act together. There's Bevilacqua at the back. He's going past a couple. Remember, you've got to stay out of the bottom 5. This is the red zone. Tex Dixon in that bottom 5. Corey Taylor off the back as well. Bevilacqua cuts across, and as they go through transition, Kinsella, big transition from him. He goes up into 1. Ethan Callahan's there as well. Dan Collins sitting pretty. Henry Simpson, Connor Maggs, Zach Morris, Riley Harlan, Corey Fletcher. They're all in good spots. And, well, the Australian Ironman champion grabs his ski, starts to go to work, and all of these men, you can't switch off, but you're sitting pretty. Jenny Parry, what are you seeing?
Seller. I was watching him on the way home. He went far down to the south on that bright green board. He is one of the best athletes out there who knows how to read the ocean. And because he got those nice swells, he actually didn't look like he was expending too much energy on the way home. He's sitting pretty comfortably on the ski at the moment. But my gosh, the traffic, the pack, the nerves. We are only a few minutes away from saying goodbye to some of these athletes.
Yeah, you're spot on, Jenny. As they went through transition, the guys who would be out if we finished it there, TJ Hendy, Tex Dixon, Mitch Stitt, Finn Askew, Callum Brennan, Corey Taylor. We've got a former world champion, the world champion, a podium place getter from yesterday, and some of the best in the business as well. So that red zone, that Shaw and Partners red zone, is absolutely full jam-packed of Ironmen. I would expect it to be up the front.
Yeah, it's certainly. And add Matt Bevilacqua and also Corey Taylor in there. Two that you don't see too far back at any time, but they're very good ski paddles, so we'll wait and see what what happens here.
We can see them making their way out to sea at the moment. That's Corey Taylor on the left-hand side on his own on the white, trying to get back into it. Callum Brennan, they're working very, very hard. Finn Askew, he's on the black and pink. He's worked his way out of the red zone. Bevilacqua, centre of screen, red ski there. He's got to get a wriggle on. So does Odin Parrish. He's trying to work up and around. He's gone the long way around, but don't worry about those men. This man out in front looking very comfortable. That's Zach Morris. They're doing a great job. He's riding high at the moment, and as they turn for home, Connor Maggs in the background. Henry Simpson comes around as well, Dan Collins, and Zach Morris, he's very good. He loves this short stuff. 12 minutes races will suit him down to the ground, that is for sure. And with a little Wade on the inside as this tide's run out, he's one of the best in the business at getting himself through that sort of knee-depth water.
Yeah, absolutely. He would be the fastest starter by far. You always consistently up the front, and well-deserved. I think we just saw out of shot there just for a moment. I think he's got his own little runner. So perfect. Zach Morris, he can have a little bit more of a rest as well, come in first there. And then after that, we keep adding up the numbers.
Shaw and Partners, red zone. Mitch Stitt's got plenty of work to do. This man, he will get himself through. We'll start the clock. 4 minutes they will have between races. 4 minutes. 22 men will go into race number 2. Zach Morris can walk up and around. No dramas at all for him. As easy as you like, and good signs for the man from Northcliffe originally. From the Hunter region. He'll head up and around there. Great result for him, but it's the back of the field that we're worried about. The red zone, they're starting to make their way back to the beach and up and around. No issue. Henry Simpson, Riley Harlan, Dan Collins, Kai Kinsella, all easy work for those gentlemen. This is where it'll start to get interesting as they come up and around through transition. Braden Casamento will get home, but I don't know how many more. Joel Piper, Finn Askew, Tex Dixon, Corey Taylor. We say goodbye to Mitch Stitt as well. He will go home, I think. And that is all she wrote for a couple of these gentlemen there. And we will head down to Jenny Parry on the beach. She's got an interview for us.
Yep, I am chasing down Ethan Callahan. Ethan, great day yesterday. How are you going backing up for another big race today?
Just recovery had to be important, and then I'm just trying to warm down and then get the fluids up and, yeah, just keep going.
Well, you've got about 3 minutes till your next race. We'll let you go. Good luck.
Thank you.
We'll be back in just a few moments' time. Stick with us. It's the Shaw and Partners Iron Series, Race 2 of the Eliminators coming up. Welcome back to Wanda Beach, race 2 of the Eliminator, round number 1 here. And already, Courtney Hancock, we have had a lot of drama. Race 1 of the men's has just gone, and we say goodbye to, well, some athletes we expected to be right at the top end. We take a look. Zach Morris did it easy. Henry Simpson was super impressive, and Riley Harlan is having the summer of his life. And the top end, they sat pretty comfortably, didn't they?
Yeah, Henry Simpson leading it out. They gave himself a really good lead. Welcome back to Ben Carberry. He was right up there, got himself in that position. Ali Day, 17th. Got in nice and easy, looks really good, and it was nice to see Matt Bevilacqua right in there.
This is where it gets interesting. Tex Dixon in, Corey Fletcher out, Corey Taylor, TJ Hendy, Mitch Stitt, Cal Brennan. They go home. But realistically, for the likes of Corey Fletcher, TJ Hendy, Mitch Stitt, that's probably their Shaw and Partners Iron Series over for the year. Callum Brennan, a third yesterday, a last place today. He's going to have to sit and sweat and wait to see whether he finishes in the top 22 overall when we add the points up to see if he gets a shot in Newcastle in just a month's time. We'll worry about that when we get to it. Race number 2 on the line, set and ready to go. Board, ski, swim is the order. 22 men will enter. Only 16 will come out. We're just counting down the final stages, and once again, the young guns, Courtney, have looked absolutely spectacular. And one of those young guns who did a pretty good job down there, just got through but managed to get there comfortably, was Odin Parrish, and I think he's with Jenny Parry.
Yes, I've got Odin Parrish down on the line. How good is it to be in race 2?
Yeah, pretty good, eh? It's pretty tough. I thought I was going to get spit out the back, but crawled my way back.
You're back, you're in, you're on the line. We'll leave you to it. Good luck.
Yeah, Odin Parrish there. He's had a podium before in the Shaw and Partners Iron Series. He was very tight there, 21st place, only just got home, and in the end it was a sprint finish to get across the line. And a couple of names who was probably a little close for comfort. Bevel Aqua in 19th, Finn Askew in 20th, Ali Day in 17th, not where they wanted to be.
No, absolutely. And we are off for a start for that race number 2. And the order is board, ski, swim. We will drop 6 in this race, which will go to 16 to race it out for that final race.
Yeah, that's it. 16. Once again, Ethan Callahan goes to lead on the bottom side. Cooper Williams has had an absolute flyer of a board start on that top side. Yesterday's racing wouldn't have suited Cooper Williams. He's a short, sharp, fiery sprint athlete, if I'm being completely honest. And today, he's going to eat this one up. Watch for him to get on the front and try and work his big swim leg. Couple who were really, really slow off the beach. Kai Kinsella looked like he was in first gear while everybody went straight to 6th. And Matt Bevilacqua sitting in second last place. So that's Bevilacqua on the back right, Kinsella on the back left there. They're going to look to work their way into it and I guess take the short road round, because it's not where you want to be, is it? 22 people in front of you. It's a long, long way to go to get past as Joey Collins goes to the lead.
And as an athlete, and we spoke about it yesterday as well, you cannot feel good, not in just moments, but also days as well. So some athletes might have been feeling off yesterday, woke up this morning think, I'm ready to go. Unfortunately for Matt Bevilacqua, he doesn't look like his normal self out there. We usually see him up there with Joe Collins, leading the pack, leading the way. So for Bevy, looks like he's not feeling 100%. He's just got to make his way through, find some wash where he can, and really try and get through this without being too unscathed.
What I think he has done is race smart. Get on the inside, duck yourself around, out in front. Someone who doesn't need to race smart because he is on fire is Ethan Callahan. He has led every race we've had in the Shaw and Partners Iron Series so far. Race 3, lead 3 for Ethan Callahan. Joe Collins on the blue board to his right. Cooper Williams just goes out of shot. Connor Maggs is on the purple behind him. Zachy Morris up on his knees on that whiteboard in the background. Joel Piper's there as well. He's wearing the cap. Ali Day's got the red board. So it's all happening, and he was your tip for today, and I think he's my tip as well. Joe Collins, after yesterday's effort, he was a little bit unlucky, but he was very, very good, and he's short and sharp over these shorter races, but he's tough as nails, and he leads that generation next. He's only 22 years of age. It's his 4th series ever, or his 5th series ever, and he's had 3 podiums so far, 2 thirds and a second overall. He is very, very good, and he's alongside Ethan Callahan, who's been the breakout star of this series so far.
Yeah, these two athletes in front right now. Joe just getting that little wave ahead of Ethan Callahan there. He said, I spoke to him this morning, he said, no, it wasn't breakfast, it wasn't lunch that came up, it was actually lactic acid.
Yeah.
And he said he actually gets that a lot when he races. So he said potentially today, in between these eliminators, he might actually have a vomit to the side, reset himself, and makes him feel better. So whatever you have to do to get yourself ready, but he certainly knows what he has to do because he's out in front looking the goods. And there's our winner from yesterday and our champion from last year, Ali Day. He's looking really good as well behind Connor Maggs. So the recovery last night for all the athletes would have had to have been absolutely perfect to get themselves feeling at their top end today.
Have a look at the charge of the Light Brigade going through transition there. That is not where you want to be. 16 is the magic number. Jenny Parry on the beach.
Oh, I tell you what, there's action aplenty down here. The conditions have changed a lot since yesterday. You can see that tide is still going out. The waves are quite choppy. The wind is higher than we've seen the entire weekend. But for those out in front, Joe Collins looks so good. He was really determined. We watched him warm up this morning and he is looking fantastic out the front. All eyes, though, are on Matt Bevilacqua, the red, gold and black ski, currently at the rear of the field with a bit of work to do.
Plenty of work to do. You're spot on, Jen. If we stop the race now, Dixon, Beattie, Casamento, Simpson, Bevilacqua and Ben Carberry would go home. So you can see Carberry there on the right-hand side. He's paddled up into second last. Bevilacqua does not look good. That is for sure. The man who finished 3rd overall last summer. There's Ethan Callahan wearing the red of the next-gen athlete. He's sitting in 2nd place, chasing our leader out to sea. And, well, there's Bevilacqua there. He's just battling at the moment. I don't know what's wrong. He's had some injuries in the last couple of weeks, but he said he was fit and firing and ready to go for this one. And I don't know what's happening out there. He said halfway through yesterday's race, he just felt completely exhausted and flat. And we'll wait to see one man who's not exhausted and flat is Joe Collins out in front. I used to call him Shannon Eckstein 2.0 because his transitions were lightning quick. He had no weak legs at all, and he was as fit as a fiddle with great skill and speed, and I think that's pretty fitting there. Ali Day, Connor Maggs go around in 3rd and 4th place, sitting very comfortably. Then Sean Riley, great paddle from him to move himself up into, well, I guess 5th place there. Finn Askew, Jackson Borg, Dan Collins is there as well. Zach Morris getting in on the work, Braden Casamento, and this is the red zone here. This is where you don't want to be. Still Ben Carberry, still Matt Bevilacqua, Henry Simpson, Odin Parrish. They're the ones in the Shaw and Partners red zone.
Well, Ben Carberry, he's not only in a fight to get into this last eliminator, the top 16, but also to get through.
To keep his series alive.
To keep the series alive to Newcastle. So he's in a couple of battles out there. Matt Bevilacqua, as you can see on screen at the moment, he's a phenomenal athlete. He's definitely not feeling his full self. We don't know illness behind the stories behind all these athletes, and on days like this, eliminate, you need to be at 100% at your best, feeling your best, because it's already such a hard format.
Yeah, you're spot on there. He's a 2-time series champion. The man out in front, he has had 3 podiums, only ever 2 race wins, and both of them have come in this format. He loves the eliminator, Joe Collins. He's a 2-time New Zealand champion, originally from Fitzroy over the ditch there. He's made his way out here to the Gold Coast, and I really like him. He's a great bloke. He's tough as nails. He just gets it. He gets that you have to work hard. He gets that it's a serious business when you get to this top end and you've got to do everything right. But he likes to have a little bit of fun as well, and that's what makes Joe Collins. I think everyone's got a soft spot for him on the beach. He's young, he's hungry, and he's leading Generation Next, but he's been doing it for so long. At just 22 years of age, he's already been in the series for over 4 years.
Yeah, as you just said that, he just had a little giggle on his face. So I'll tell you what, if you can giggle and have a smile on your face in this eliminator, you're feeling good. Tracking wise, time wise, Ali Day is only 4 seconds behind Joe Collins, who came around. Then we had the pack of Connor Maggs, Ethan Callahan, Finn Askew and Jackson Borg, not too far away, all renowned swimmers.
Jenny Parry.
I tell you what, excited to see Sean Riley up in the mix at the moment. He's currently in that top 7, and you've got to think the swim leg that's coming through now. We've got Harlan, we've got Piper, we've got Kinsella. Watch out for him. If there's a wave in his ocean, he is going to be on it. Ben Carberry, though, leads the Shaw and Partners red zone, currently in 16th position.
Yeah, Carberry right on the edge, right on the edge. He's battling it out with his teammate from Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park, Kai Taylor. So they're sitting, and Tex Dixon as well, if I'm honest. So they're sitting right on that Shaw and Partners red zone there. Henry Simpson, after his first race, sitting on the tail. He's going to have to do something special, but this is his leg. If there was a leg that he'd want last to get in and pass a few people, Henry Simpson needs it now, and he's probably the best swimmer in the back half of that field. So expect a few changes, expect them to really, well, make a move, and no surprise, Joe Collins, if you look at the race splits at the bottom there, he had the fastest ski leg on that last round, and he absolutely flew, broke them wide open, and you can't, like I said in the last race, you can't win it here, but you can put everybody else under a little bit of pressure and maybe make that last race just that little bit tougher for them.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't win it, but you can definitely set yourself up to feel as fresh and as good as you possibly can. So be really interesting for our front leaders at the moment of Collins, Day, Maggs, Callahan. Up the front there, are they going to just step it back a little bit, because there isn't much surf, so they're not going to see many, athletes coming down or big bombs coming through. So are they going to put the brakes on for a little bit, or are they going to keep flowing through?
You know this better than anyone, Courtney. When you get to that second race, third race, when we used to do more in the Eliminator, the front end tends to ease off in that last leg, and the back end, because they're so desperate, they start to fire up and race harder, and it has that concertina effect, and you see time and time again that the back half of the field swims up on the leaders, gets a wave, and maybe causes some upsets for a couple athletes who thought they were in very, very comfortably. Still Collins in 1, Day in 2, but it happens more often than we'd like to think there, because some of these guys and girls get a little complacent.
Yeah, definitely can't get complacent, absolutely. Not giving any advice of just doing some double backstroke, some breaststroke out there. But as you were just speaking about that, I just saw Ali Day just look under his arm, and I think he's just pushed the brake on just slightly, not too much, just to see. But that front 4 athletes at the moment, they do have a little bit of a gap. So I think Ali Day just had a little look and thought, okay, what pace can I come back to? Can I kind of come back to a bit more of aerobic pace and just flutter the legs a bit as well? So, I don't see too many of the athletes at the front doing the 6-beat kick. But as you said, Josh, certainly the ones coming through at the beat, they are in the fight for their life at the moment.
Did they take it out of that threshold swimming and they sort of just ease the heart rate down ever so slightly? Maybe start the recovery process now, especially for the ones that are, well, that top sort of 4 that we're seeing at the moment that are sitting very pretty out in front. Jolie Piper swimming through very comfortably as well. He's had a great day there. The big fella was sitting outside the top 10, but he's starting to work his way through the field nicely. Watch for big moves from Kai Kinsella, who is down in 13th place. Obviously, Henry Simpson, Zach Morris, Joel Piper, they're the swimmers in the field. Cooper Williams, 15th place going into the swim. I expect him to pass a few on the way out, but this man, ominous signs for the rest of the field. Joe Collins, fit and firing at the moment. He will head up and around and stop the clock. Race number 2 of the Eliminator. We're chasing a 16 through to the final. He's got enough time to walk.
Oh, and he looks good. Another smile on his face as well. So he'll move into that ski swim board. That's going to be the order. Callahan came through, Day came through. Then we've got Mags. He's already taking his hydration. Askew was very good in that as well. Jackson Borg was very impressive. Sean Riley. We've got Zach Morris, Dan Collins, Kai Kinsella, all coming through there. And we'll wait and see.
Yeah, you can see the absolute charge up and around there from Braden Casamento, Ben Carberry. I think that might be all she wrote. Henry Simpson, Cooper Williams, Tex Dixon, Bevilacqua Beatty. Oh, I think that's enough. Maybe. I'll just wait to come through. Yes, Carberry's in, Henry Simpson's in. That's your top 6. Cooper Williams gone, Tex Dixon gone, Matt Bevilacqua gone, Odin Parrish gone. Not what you want. We say goodbye to Kai Taylor as well. Well, what do you say about that, Courtney Hancock? Matt Bevilacqua, 3rd in the series last year, a 20th place, a 13th place yesterday. His series, his Shaw and Partners Iron series, hanging in the balance.
Oh, I know Bevy would be, yeah, he'd be absolutely devastated. He is such a phenomenal athlete. We do have Jenny right down there on the finish line, so we'll go to Jen.
Oh, I tell you what, Henry Simpson, you did it the tough way. You threw the trial, and now you are in the 3rd and final race. What do you have left?
Oh, not a lot, but I'll see what I can give.
Well, we're going to be cheering for you as the athletes take on some hydration and some nutrition. Henry, we are all cheering for you. Down to the start line. Go, go, go.
4 minutes break, that's all he gets. And he said to me yesterday, I just want to get through the first race. I just got to get through the first one, and I think I can keep my series alive. And he's done that. Let's take a look at the results from that race there. And it was Joey Collins. Big performance from the man from Northcliffe there ahead of, well, the phenomenon. I don't have enough good things to say about Ethan Callahan there in 2nd place. And the man everybody's chasing, Ali Day. Those 3, wouldn't surprise me if they were the top 3 at the end of the series. And a couple of gentlemen who look very comfortable. Connor Maggs, Finn Askew, Jacko Borg, Sean Riley built into the race nicely. Riley Harlan's been good. Kinsella over the page. This is where it's at. Ben Carberry keeps his Shaw and Partners Iron series alive. He needed to get into this race, didn't he?
Yeah, and he really wanted to. You could see he was really gritting, but he got in. And that's all you have to do. You just have to be in that top 16. So it doesn't matter whether you're 1st or whether you're Henry Simpson 16th, as long as you get in. And unfortunately, we now lose the likes of Beatty, Parrish, Fletcher, Taylor, Hendy going back to that first one. So here's a little bit of a replay.
Yeah, let's take a look at the replay there. Unfortunately for Max and Odin, they were gone as well. Tough days for those gentlemen, and very, very good off the start. That was race number 1 with Zachy Morris there. Looked very, very comfortable. Both those boys, walk it when you can, because there's no point running it across the line when you've got another race coming up in 4 minutes' time. You just got to take it nice and easy, conserve everything you've got. And this one is for all the chocolates. Ski, swim, board is the order. Ski, swim, board, 16 men, 1 winner. First across the line, and then we'll calculate the points and we'll say goodbye to 6 athletes at the end of the day. Jenny Parry.
Down here with Kingy, you've got so many of your incredible Ironmen and Ironwomen in action today. How are you managing all of the emotions?
Oh, look, it is difficult having particularly 9 guys, but you know, they've done an exceptional effort. I'm very proud of each and every one of them. And, you know, it's tough conditions here. And, you know, yesterday's race was brutal. But, you know, we've got a couple left here and they're going well.
Absolutely. They've still got a little bit left. We will let you go and cheer, handle, prepare. Congratulations.
Yep, thank you.
One of the best in the business and a great guy as well, Michael King. 9 Ironmen in this Shaw and Partners Iron field. Incredible stuff. On the women's side, you've got Naomi Flood with 10 Iron women. So these super squads there. And The hard part for a coach like Michael King is you've got Ethan Callahan, Sean Riley sitting pretty. Then you've got a couple on the tail end, your Odin Parishes, your Tex Dixons who've just been knocked out. So your ability to manage the joy, disappointment, the ups, the downs, it's so tough for these coaches, and they get it done. Big breaths from Ali Day there as we go along the field. Race number 3. This is it. First across the line, and I guarantee nobody will be walking across the line. It's Eliminator. It's the final race, the one they want to win. The final time the Ironmen will race at Wanda, off and away. Ski, swim, board is the order. Kai Kinsella out the back. Ben Carberry, not the start he would have wanted either. He's the Australian ski race champion, so normally he's a bit better than that. And I think they're going to get hit by one. Look at Joe Collins go on that far side. He's already in the lead. Ethan Callahan going with him, and Zach Morris in the mix. I think these 3 men, they're going to feature very heavily in this one.
Joe Collins, I don't think he's beaten off that ski start. He does one where he picks it up under his arm, and he does it very, very well. Zach Morris not too far away. We'll see Ali Day as well. He's obviously, his ski paddling has been amazing. He was the quickest across the water yesterday, and we'll see Kai Kinsella, we see Ethan Callahan, Dan Collins, a little bit of work to do. We'll see obviously those athletes making their distance up in the swim.
I called Zach Morris, but it's actually Sean Riley who's gone up into second place. So there's Collins in 1, Riley in 2. The 2 black skis there, that's Connor Maggs closest to us, Ali Day above him, Ethan Callahan there, and I think Jolie Piper on the top end. So great work from these gentlemen to get in on the act here. You've got to be on the front of an eliminator. There's no holding back now. There's no worrying about qualifying. The red zone is gone. It's all or nothing here in race 3 of the Shaw & Partners Iron Series Eliminator at Wanda Beach. Joe Collins leads them round. He has looked a class above so far. That good. Little jam on the cans there. Sean Riley's going backwards, and a little bit of experience from Connor Maggs and Ali Day. You've got to take the space when it's there. Ali Day, Connor Maggs squeezed him, and he's gone shot out the back.
Yeah, it just might have been, I guess, Sean Riley making his debut. He might not have found himself between Ali Day and Connor Maggs too many times. So he's just been shot out the back there, unfortunately for him. Connor Maggs on the black on the inside, trying to hold his own. Ali Day just taking him out just towards that last can. But this is when you come off that last can, this is where all the Ironmen, Joe Collins, he'll be able to get onto those runners, and he's got the first pick of it.
Look at him pushing down this one, pushing. If he can get down this one, there's a replay of the start as well. Kai Kinsella, Benny Carberry did not have the start they wanted, but Joe Collins has blown it wide open here. That's a ski wave that'll take him all the way to the beach. There's a lump for Ali Day behind as well. You can see the start from a few of these two boys on the right-hand side. Not what you wanted, that is for sure. But Joe Collins, as we're checking the replay, has blown it wide open. Ali Day chasing, Connor Maggs, Joel Piper's there. Benny Carberry's worked his way back into it in the background as well. Sean Riley's found a little run, but you hand Joe Collins an inch, he will take a mile, the Kiwi. You don't want to give him a lead with just 2 legs to go, and he knows what's on the line here. If he can get himself on the top step of the podium today, he'll set his summer up, and hasn't been the best start he's had ever to a summer, but this, he looks very, very good.
And just on before on screen, he just had a little look behind for a couple of seconds. He looked at Ali Day, gave him the stare down, and almost kind of sent a message, I want to win this. This is where you've got a bit of chaos happening. Sean Riley's on fire at the moment. He did the Coolangatta Gold, so he's got that endurance. Yep. Connor Maggs is in there as well. So Joel Piper, very impressive.
Day, Maggs, Joel Piper. Expect them to swim down Joe Collins. He's great at swimming, don't get me wrong, but those 3, they are absolutely top tier. Dan Collins goes through as well. Then the rest of the field flying through. Morris, Askew, Kinsella, Harlan, Ethan Callahan, Will Savage, Henry Simpson, Casamento, Borg and Carberry. That's how they finish the ski. Benny Carberry must be exhausted. He's the best ski paddler in the field, and to come off that one last, I don't think he's at 100%.
Yeah, again, we talk about that illness before being...
It's been floating around.
It's definitely been floating around at the moment. For these athletes, their expectation from their bodies is so much putting it out there. So once that's why Matt Bevilacqua, the feeling of exhaustion came. But I have to mention, you see some of these young guns who are making their debut, maybe a little bit towards the back. Eliminators, you get better. The more you do, better and better. You've got to learn. and you get used to pushing through that pain. So a lot of these athletes, maybe the likes of Ethan Callahan, who's a little bit further back from what we've seen
in the
him
first
before,
two races, yeah.
He'll get better every eliminator he does.
And the other thing about the series is maybe for a couple of these guys, because not every race will count for the overall title, you just need to win the Grand Eliminator on the Gold Coast in February. They know they're through to round number 2 in Newcastle in a few weeks. Maybe if they're sick, they think, I'm not going to push it. I'm just going to get myself through, do enough to get there, then reset and go again. And it's sort of for the consistent Ironman, for your Ali Day, for your Joe Collins, it really hurts them. And for one or two of the guys who they have a good round and a bad round and an up round and a down round, it really plays into their hands. And Benny Carberry's the kind of athlete I could see him getting to that last round, winning the whole thing. Jenny Parry's on the beach, I think, with somebody who's got a vested interest in Joel Piper out there at the moment.
We all have a vested interest in Joel Piper at the moment. It was amazing to see him get through the trial. He's currently in the top 5. You must be so proud.
Super proud. He's, like everyone here, he's put in the hard work. Lifelong dream, just getting through the trials to make it here on day 1, then day 2. So it's fantastic. Very proud.
We're all proud. It's a tough day for handlers as well. They're coming in the swim. Good luck, go cheer. We're all there with you.
Yeah, there's not only one proud set of parents down there. I'd say there's 28 proud sets of parents there, and you add the girls in as well. There's a lot of families here who've sacrificed a lot to get the athletes to this point. It truly is a family affair. Joe Collins out in front, working very, very hard. I met Joe's parents last night as well. They were ecstatic with his result yesterday, but they know he's capable of more, and he looks like a man possessed. I think he's racing for something more than himself at the moment, but Ali Day, Connor Maggs, I think the gap is closing. That's them there. Ali Day, Connor Maggs, Joe Collins out in front. He's going to push down a little runner. I do not know. He's flying at the moment. He obviously had the fastest ski leg, but I think Ali Day, Connor Maggs would have taken some ground off. Jolie Piper hurting in 4th place, but hanging in there in the background. This is the chase pack as well. They've got a lot to do. That's Dan Collins there, the green with the pink goggles, trying to get in on the act. Zachy Morris, a few other boys. Sean Riley hanging on. If he can get through this one, he'll go close. Boards his best leg last. Joe Collins is up first. 1 leg to go in the Eliminator. He leads. He looks comfortable, but there's an absolute animal chasing him in Ali Day.
Yeah, he did have 10 seconds going to that swim. It's definitely come down to, I'd say, about 4 seconds now. He was the bridesmaid, not only last year, the year before. He wants the win. He's been exceptional. Consistency, but he doesn't want to be the bridesmaid anymore.
Connor Maggs is the one we're not talking about. He can board paddle extremely well. He absolutely flies. There's Piper go through. Riley Harlan's had a hell of a swim up and around Sean Riley. Next, Kai Kinsella, Zach Morris, Dan Collins. They grab their boards, they get into their work. 20 seconds for Collins. Finn Askew, 24 seconds. They're going to have to really produce something special. Ethan Callahan's in 11. Will Savage is in 12. There's Jackson Borg. Up and around, Henry Simpson hanging on. He's had a good day, it's enough. The boys are getting into their work out in the water. And still 14 and 15, Benny Carberry and Braden Casamento. They are not having the day they would have wanted, but not a bad result for Casamento.
And can remind everyone, we're not just watching one Ironman here. They are up to leg number 9 of this 3rd Eliminator. And this all comes down to fitness. Ali Day, we know he loves the board last. He's extremely fit. That endurance of that Coolangatta gold coming through. But the one who's sitting in there, and for me looks really dangerous at the moment, is Connor Maggs, because he works those runners so well coming in on a board.
One thing Ali Day does that's incredible is he wins the big moments, and this is a big moment. If he can get the nose in front of Joe Collins going into that can, and you can see he's up on the knees, into his work, getting in there hard. If he can get the nose in front, that'll turn into a full board length, because Collins will duck in behind, and he's done it there. Up and around, immediately becomes a full board length. Connor Maggs is just getting a run with him there. That's a big moment in this race. If Ali Day can hold on and win it, and you can see Joe Collins knows he's got to respond. He's going to try and go up the inside here and steal that board length back. As we can see, the chase pack so strung out. They're so under pressure. Sean Riley worked his way back up into it, and I think he's in 4th.
Yeah, he responded so well then, Joe Collins, to Ali Day. And Ali Day, he's just, look at him, he's moving. He's doing a bit of double arm.
Look at it.
We've seen this time and time again, and were the boys ready for it? I'm not too sure. Ali Day looks like he's got a runner, a wave. It's going to take a big moment from Joe Collins, and also Connor Maggs out the back there, Josh.
Yeah, there he goes. Ali Day there, absolutely flying. This is the key moment. Ali Day's broken away. It's turned into 5 board lengths. He's had 2 runners, and all of a sudden, Joe Collins in the background knows he's got to go. Connor Maggs on the right. Connor Maggs on the right's found a runner. I reckon it might come down alongside him if Ali Day can't push over the top. This race is far from over. They're heading towards the sand. Ali Day, the board's just bogging ever so slightly. He can see the shore. He's so close. Joe Collins got a little run there, but I don't know if it's enough. Connor Maggs is the same. Ali Day pushes over the top, and just like that, Ali Day at the absolute perfect moment comes to the front. He'll win the Eliminator. He'll make it 2 from 2.
Oh, I think Ali will be ecstatic after that race. That was so close. It was every little bump, every little moment. There will be a sprint finish for Connor Maggs and Joe Collins for that 2nd and 3rd, but it's all about that man on the screen. 2 from 2. He does it again. He's the one to beat. Congratulations, Ali Day.
Yesterday he was good. Today he was perfect. Ali Day leaves it to the final leg to win. Joe Collins in 2nd. Connor Maggs in 3rd. Sean Riley, the best result of his career inside the top 4. He will continue on. Ethan Callahan from the clouds, a top 5. Great result. And we remember every single point counts, because we're going to say goodbye to 6 athletes at the end of today. I think all these gentlemen will be sitting fairly comfortably as we start to do the calculations. Collins was in 8th place, Kinsella 9th, Joel Piper 10, Riley Harland in 11. Up and around, Will Savage will get 12, Jackson Borg will get 13th, Braden Casamento in 14th. There's Henry Simpson, no shame in that result. He'll be very proud of his efforts there. His best ever performance in the Shaw and Partners Iron Series. But what do you say about Ali Day?
Oh, 2 from 2. He's just the absolute master perfection. And we've actually got the champion down on the beach with Jen Parry.
Yes, everybody wants a piece of Ali Day right now. 2 wins from 2 big races. I feel like your perfect season just continues to roll on.
Yeah, not bad, is it? You know, hard race today, obviously. Eliminators never get any easier. It was awesome being up front with, you know, Joe, Ethan, Riley, Connor. It was actually kind of exciting being in a battle with those kids. So, yeah, they pushed me the whole way, and yeah, stoked to get another win.
And the Eliminator is such a tough format. You did just enough during races 1 and 2 to turn it on in race 3. The experience counts for so much in this race.
Yeah, I'd love to know how many Eliminators I've done now, to be honest.
Too many.
Probably pretty scary. But, yeah, look, the first one's always hard. It's the first time I've ever had to do it with 28 people in it. I always feel pretty bad in that first one. And then the second one, I got clear water. And third one, you know, obviously less people in the water and just got better as it goes.
Well, it's fantastic to have a chat to you again, because you just keep on winning. Thanks for the chat. Who do we need to say hello? Because I think there's a few people watching on TV.
There's just a couple. Obviously, Kendrick Louis. He's a really good mate of mine. Tore his calf yesterday. I wish he was here. And there's a young kid in Perth watching. Benny. He's just got out of his last chemo as well. So just a shout out, Benny. That one was for you, buddy.
Loving that. Ali, thank you so much for the chat. Go, celebrate, enjoy.
What a gentleman. What a champion. There's not enough things you can say about Ali Day, and a big shout out to Benny as well over there, getting it done against the Big C. We love to see Ali Day dominate, but we love him even more for things like that. He is a great guy.
Yeah, absolutely. He just, at the end there, he really came through. That board, I think, was one of the most exceptional board legs and finishes of Ali's Ironman career so far.
So good.
At the end there, you know, he was kind of caught up for words there, because it was just on from the get-go. But I have to say, Ali, you keep getting better and better, but certainly that board leg, just the way he absolutely dropped it and just went for it, it was very impressive.
Impressive is the word. It was those key moments. Turn that can, and maybe for 15 or 20 metres, he just accelerated. And before Joe Collins and Connor Maggs knew what had hit him, he was gone. And once he goes, you never get him back. And what I've noticed over the last 2 days is timing is everything. And Ali Day is built and built and built and built into it. There with his wife, Kel. Kisses all around, kids as well. You got a couple of kids in there. Little Danny will be loving what he's seeing his old man do there. He's an absolute superstar. And I said yesterday we're closer to the end than we are to the finish, but I hope he doesn't pull up stumps at the end of this year, because I've never seen him in better form. I've never seen anybody be more dominant over different distances for 12 minutes all the way up to 4 hours at the Shaw and Partners Coolangatta Gold. He is that dominant that it's truly scary if you're racing him, and we tend to find reasons why he can't win because he's so good, but he continues to prove the doubters wrong, and I love it when I see him at the top end because you know the other guys, they fight hard, but he's just that good.
Yeah, he certainly is, and he'd be absolutely loving also racing the young guns at the moment, but we've had the men's, we've got our champion, Ali Day, 2 from 2, and now we move on to the Iron Women.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Let's meet the field. The Iron Women are coming up soon.
Emma Woods, I'm 22, I think. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know how old I am. And club, was it?
Yeah, what?
Alexandra Headland. I would say I'm pretty relaxed and like I'm very sarcastic. I don't take things very seriously. Don't have a filter. I get told quite a lot, but I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. They'll take it as it comes, but yeah, it's all right.
Lani Ives, and I'm 19 years old, and I'm from Mermaid. A strong woman, determined and motivated.
My name's Olivia Corrin. I'm 24 years old and I race for BMD Northcliffe. My 3 words would be driven, passionate and resilient.
Lily O'Sullivan, age 20, Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park. Hardworking, resilient and fun.
My name's Piper Harrison. I'm 22 years old and I'm from Newport Surf Club. Determined, resilient and fun.
So my name's Gemma Smith. I'm 25 years old from Newport Surf Club. Determined, motivated and consistent.
My name is Carla Papak. I'm 26 and I'm at Burleigh Heads, Mowbray Park. I would say I am confident, sassy and determined.
They are a couple of the superstars we'll see coming up in the Shaw and Partners Iron Woman Series Eliminator. Before we get to there, let's take a look at the points from both this round and yesterday as well. So we're going to say goodbye to the bottom 6, no doubt who's on top. Ali Day, Joe Collins and Ethan Callahan sitting pretty. And then have a look at those names. Generation Next, Mags, Harlan, Askew, Collins, Morris. You go a little bit further down and over the page. Couple guys who had good results today. Henry Simpson in his first year sitting pretty. Bevel Aqua survives. Not his best day, but he gets there. Cooper Williams, Odin Parrish were chasing 22, and this is where it starts to get interesting. Will Savage, Ben Carberry in by 1 place. We say goodbye for the entire Shaw and Partners Iron Series to Tex Dixon, Mitch Stitt, Max Beattie, TJ Hendy, Corey Fletcher, and of course Kendrick Louis. We wish him all the best in his recovery. Who are the ones from that you look at and go, well, they probably shouldn't be in the bottom, Courtney Hancock?
I'm definitely looking at Ben Carberry straight away. He'd be absolutely sweating out there, getting in by 1 position. And as we said, there's been a bit of sickness around, so you never know what's happening. But obviously devastated for Kendrick Lewis there. And Corey Fletcher for me was a surprise one. He's been phenomenal Ironman for the last few years.
Well, stick with us. The Iron Women are coming up, the Shaw and Partners Iron Series. Welcome back to the Shaw and Partners Iron Series. It's round 1, race 2, Eliminator from Wanda Beach in the heart of Sydney. We've seen the Iron Men do their thing. It's time to see the Iron Women race 3 rounds. Let's meet the field. It is the Eliminator. And number 1 on the start list, got the win yesterday, Lana Rogers. 2nd place at the World Championships, Lucy Derbyshire was 2nd yesterday as well. Tiani Massey, a career best result with 3rd, and Lizzie Wellborn, so unlucky in that enduro. Electra Outram led for most of the race, and Olivia Corrin built into it nicely. They'll be happy with day number 1, but they'll have to perform again. Dom Stitt was the real standout of yesterday, coming through the trial, sitting inside the top 10. Gemma Smith and Carla Papak, endurance athletes there. They'll be happy with that. It'll be a tougher test today for them. Georgia Fitz will not be happy with her result outside the top 10, along with the former junior world champion Lily O'Sullivan. Claudia Kelly from New Zealand was great. Naomi Scott will be looking for more.
And then we go on to our superstar, Pippi Tapania, making top 15 yesterday. Phenomenal race she did. Emma Woods, always consistent. Annalise Kibble, she'll be right there, especially in that ski leg, as well as our young gun, Jasmine Raywood. Emily Doyle, look out for her, as well as Grace Harris out there. And making her debut, and 21st, should I say, is Mia Cook and also Piper Harrison. We then move on to the Shaw and Partners Red Zone, Kalani Ives and Bella Williams. So they want to have a good one today, as well as Olivia Clues and Charlotte Cross, some of our young guns there. Lily Finardi and Georgia Singleton as well.
Yeah, Georgia Singleton brought in just late notice into the series. The same exact format as we saw in the men. 3 races, roughly 12 minutes each, 4-minute break in between. Swim, board, ski, 28 ladies, only 22 will survive. A couple cutting across the back there, we can see making their way all the way down to this southern side, and maybe they see a little bit of a bank over there. It's a little bit shallower without a shadow of a doubt, but I don't know if it's worth the giant run down. These are the professional athletes. They know what it takes, but it's a long, long way to run down, especially with 28 girls. They get into their work. Yesterday was a top 5 out on their own, and then everybody else trying to play catch up, and there were some very, very tired ladies at the end of that enduro.
There was, and straight away, I guess you're giving yourself more running. So I think a lot of the women definitely stayed in their position that they were, but we're out and about at the moment. Look for the likes of Naomi Scott, Georgia Fitzsimmons, also Lily O'Sullivan out there out in front.
Yeah, you're spot on. Jenny Parry's on the beach with somebody who's just been through what these ladies are going through, Sean Riley.
Yep, he's been through it already and very happy to be back on the beach now. Sean, it was great to see you get through the trial, but to finish 4th in the series, the series round is just phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy after yesterday. I didn't have too good of a race, so I just tried to go back to basics and get to the front, and I was able to do that.
Well, it's paid off. The round is done. We will say goodbye to you now. Cannot wait to see you at Newcastle.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Newcastle, so yes.
Sean Riley, a Torquay lad, made the move up to the Gold Coast now, and it's paying off for him big time there. He is absolutely coming on in leaps and bounds, and he said he didn't have the race he wanted yesterday. One thing I know about these, about the first time you ever go into a Shaw and Partners Iron Series race is everybody feels the pinch. It's way harder than you think it's going to be. Take a look at the replay here at the start. A couple of the girls have cut all the way across the back. Maybe Jazzy Raywood there. I just can't pick up who it is in the green togs. She'll just come into shot there, cutting across the back. Yeah, Raywood has come across, but it's to no avail because it's Naomi Scott who leads out at the moment, absolutely flying, doing a fantastic job there. Very, very strong on the front. She's the current world champion. She did it in this order as well. Swim first, snuck away, broke away from the field, and just nobody could catch her. Lily O'Sullivan up into second place, and then, well, I've seen those strokes 1,000 times. Tiani Massey, Lana Rogers, Georgia Fitzsimmons, they are all sitting pretty just in behind. They're the yellow caps that are chasing our leader, and they're looking to come up alongside them right now, and it's go time in race number 1. You want to get yourself to the front, you want to get yourself out of trouble, you want to make sure that nobody can come through on a little wave and put you in that Shaw and Partners red zone. You want to do what Joe Collins did, lead. He may not have got the win, but he did everything right.
He did everything right. He set himself up. We just see a little bit of a runner come through. Naomi Scott getting the best of that. She's just on this closest to screen, southern side there. We've seen her time and time again lead these swim legs. She's been swimming phenomenal for not only this season, but seasons that have gone, been here and done. And she just moves her way onto a little bit of a body surfing wave. Well done to Naomi Scott. Out there in front, she'll go body surf across those potholes, which is what you want to do, because we saw some of the men, that's where it actually took a bit of the gas out of their legs. So Naomi Scott's set herself up for this eliminator, the order being swim, and then she'll now go into board and into ski.
Yeah, and she did this at the World Championships. I said it, set it up, got herself out in front, looking very, very comfortable. Then a big chase pack of Pippi Tapania, Annalise Kibble, Bella Williams, Jenny Parry.
Oh, I tell you what, Naomi Scott is loving this order. She had a little giggle as she came around that turning flag. This is her happy place. She doesn't love the enduro, but Eliminator has her name all over it. And Pippi Tapania had a tough day yesterday. So exciting to see the youngest competitor in the field from Newport having an absolute field day now. There is still a long way to go, but we have had a few girls bouncing back from yesterday.
Yeah, you're spot on. That red zone coming out of the swim at the moment. We're looking at Jasmine Raywood, Carla Papak, Grace Harris, Gemma Smith, Hannah Scully, Charlotte Cross. A couple that are sitting, well, a little too close for comfort, if for my liking, is Lizzie Wellborn in 20th place after she did fantastically yesterday to finish 4th, sitting right on the edge here. And nobody's been through as many eliminators as Lizzie Wellborn. She's into her 10th year in the series along with Georgia Fitzsimmons there. An absolute decade of doing these races in the past, and she knows what it takes, but that's not where she'd want to be.
Yeah, from looking at that swim leg, we saw Jasmine Raywood run around the back of the field over to the southern side. I felt the southern side for the women's, which Lizzie Wellborn was right on the edge there. I felt like it wasn't as quick as potentially the northern side in the middle. Yep. So I think for Lizzie and Jasmine, they've got a bit of work to do. Lizzie looked very, very good yesterday. One of the best I've actually seen her. Yeah. So look out for her just trying to work into this race. She just needs to be out of that bottom 6.
Yeah, Scott there looking very comfortable. Down on the stomach, not really exerting herself all that much. Annalise Kibble chasing very, very hard. Couple others starting to work up alongside of there, but you can see just a massive pack. They're all sitting in. They're all just getting that drag along, and it's Scott turning first. The pink board on the inside, Lana Rogers. Just outside her, Annalise Kibble. Pippi DePania, the youngest in the field, will go 3 wide around the can. Then behind her, Tiani Massey, maybe Georgia Fitz in there as well. Lily O'Sullivan on the outside, not too far away. Maybe Emily Doyle, doing a great job there to try and tack on as well. And Liv Corrin on the inside. Look at Liv Corrin start to wind up, start to get in on the act. She built into it very, very nicely yesterday. Finished in 6th place, was as far back as I'd say 14th or 15th at one point, but she looked like her 3rd place overall finish in the Shaw & Partners Iron Series last year was no fluke. She looked like an absolute top-tier Iron Woman, and that's her on the left-hand side. The yellow cap starting to go to work, and she's building into this one nicely as well.
Yeah, and Olivia Corrin, she looked really good at the end of the race too. She didn't look too fatigued, so even if she started back a little bit in the pack, she definitely made her way through. But I think from seeing the men today, I think the experience of the athletes who have done eliminators time and time again, I think they'll get a bit of an advantage off that because it is very hot at the moment as well. Josh, we're looking at the red zone.
Red zone, red zone, red zone. That pink board in the centre, that's Gemma Smith. Behind her, Hannah Scully, who had a great day yesterday as well. She was in 7th place. She's sitting in the red zone. Charlotte Cross well out the back at the moment. So Smith, Grace Harris, Carla Papak, Jazzy Raywood, they're going to have to get a wriggle on now because we're getting to the business end of race number 1 of the Eliminator. On the right-hand side, you've said it all weekend, Courtney Hancock, and nobody has listened. The right-hand southern side is standing up a little bit earlier, especially on that craft. Georgia Fitz goes there, gets one. Tiani Massey goes there, gets one. A couple others. You got to listen to the experts, and you, my friend, are an expert.
Oh, you're too kind. Thank you, Josh. I don't know about that, but Naomi Scott is really looking good today. She's nice and light on that sand. Georgia Fitzsimmons, she just got through yesterday, 11th. A little bit disappointing for her. Not her best result, but she looks very good today. And here we have the pack. We'll see. So compared to Scott, Fitzsimmons, Massey, they were all 2 seconds within each other. There's our reigning champion from last year, Lana Rogers. She's in there with Pippi DePania. Pippi DePania from Naomi Scott is 9.4 seconds. So there's a little bit of a buffer zone there, but certainly it's not big enough to not catch up.
Red zone at the moment. Red zone at the moment. Olivia Clues, Gemma Smith, Claudia Kelly, Jasmine Raywood, Emily Doyle. Not what you want for any of those ladies. Couple young guns in there. Liv Clues, 2nd youngest in the field, just 17 years of age. Her future's super bright. Great kayaker, so expect her to move through the field. Jazzy Raywood, Claudia Kelly, Gemma Smith, Emily Doyle. I'd say that bottom 6 at the moment, along with Charlotte Cross, are probably the best ski paddlers in the field, so this is going to get interesting. The gun ski paddlers are at the back with just the ski leg to go.
Yeah, it's very, very tight at the moment, so we can really see we're really coming into that crunch zone. But we've got Jenny Parry down there. So, Jen, what have you got for us?
Oh, I tell you what, some heartbreak for Pippi DePania there. She set this race up beautifully in the swim, and I think the excitement of the big stage being part of the Shaw & Partners Iron Series just a little bit overwhelming, but she's recovering at the moment. She's still very much in danger of being in that red zone, but our young guns, they are here to race.
Oh, you spot on, Jenny Parry. The young guns, they're not afraid at the moment. That is for sure. We're seeing Pippi DePania. That's back to the lead at the moment. Naomi Scott Georgia Fitz is on the bottom there, the white ski, the yellow cap. Naomi Scott above her, Tiani Massey above her, Lana Rogers on the pink just behind. Lizzie Wellborn's built into it beautifully. Annalise Kibble, if we come back towards the camera, on the blue, and then Lily O'Sullivan on the white, and that is Georgia Fitz. She's a two-time Iron Woman Series champion in 2019 and 2023, 13 race wins. She's stood on the podium 4 other times in terms of the overall series, and in her 10th year, not many have a resume like the former champion. She's one of the all-time greats, and it's never her best event enduro. Day one, race one, she was never going to be at her best, but she's built into it beautifully.
Yeah, she's so good at the Eliminator. I feel with Georgia, she really knows how to hurt herself, but then also race in that pain as well.
Yeah.
She's very, very good at it. I'd say definitely one of the best. So she knows how to do the Eliminator. She's very smart and tactical. I wouldn't be surprised if Georgia gets on a little runner here if she can, and then just try and settles in.
Yeah, and she might get a little run in terms of momentum here. Great result for her to get a win, and people say, oh, you don't want to go too hard in the Eliminator, you don't want to go too hard. If you've been in them, you understand it's all about momentum. Get on the front, set yourself up, get out of trouble, and you see it year after year, time after time. You did it. Shannon Eckstein did it. Matt Poole does it. Ali Day does it. The best of the best get to the front, get themselves out of trouble, and they don't fall out of the top sort of 5 or 6 for all 3 races, and they're not spending that much energy because they get this recovery out the front. It's go time, the final leg of race number 1 here in day 2 of the Shaw & Partners Iron Series. It's Eliminator. Naomi Scott in the centre, building into it very nicely. You can see out the back a couple of these athletes really trying to fight it out for those minor placings. Someone who's sitting pretty, Georgia Fitz, she is through to the next round. She'll ride that one into the beach. Very, very happy there. And have a look out the back. The chase pack, they're going left, right, and everywhere. Stay out of the bottom 6. Stay out of the red zone.
Yeah, get out of that red zone. Naomi Scott, Georgia Fitzsimmons, they can just relax, as we saw Joe Collins do that in a couple of the early rounds. Just relax their arms, and they will, when they stop, the clock will start, and they will get the most, their team buddies, they will get the most rest out of anyone.
Northcliffe 1, 2, and 3 there. Georgia Fitz, Naomi Scott. Here we go. Kalani Ives up and around. Hannah Scully starting to wind up. Electra Outram as well. We've got 4 across the line. 5, 6, 7, 8. This is where it starts to get interesting here. Pushing. Lily Finardi. Pippi Tapania, Clues as well. I don't know if they've done enough to get themselves through there. Kalani Ives might have been the last one across the line there. I think so. Raywood, Scully, they've all got themselves through. Emily Doyle, Claudia Kelly, Pippi Tapania, Olivia Clues, Georgia Singleton, and this lady here, Charlotte Cross. They will all go home. They were in the red zone. Not what you want on day number 2 of the Iron Woman Series here. Poor old Charlotte Cross. She's an absolute superstar, but she's battled illness and injury over the years. She deserves more than this. She'll be back without a shadow of a doubt. Head down onto the beach. Jenny Parry, she's in the thick of it.
I tell you what, Naomi Scott doesn't love an enduro, does love an eliminator. It is so good to see you back.
Yeah, I must say it's quite nice not to have to do a 4-minute run at the start of that race. So I was definitely in my element with swim first. So it's nice to be back out there and racing from the front again.
We've seen you win a world title in these conditions. Go, rest up. We will see you in the next race.
Thank you.
The world champion looking good after race number 1. Stick with us. After the break, we'll be back with the Shaw & Partners Iron Series. Welcome back to Wanda Beach and the Shaw & Partners Iron Series. We're into race number 2 of the Eliminator. Round 1, race 2. And we've said goodbye to 6 athletes already. Let's take a look at the results from race number 1. And sitting pretty on top, the world champion. She did a fantastic job there, set herself up, and well, 1 and 2 from the last couple of summers there. Georgia Fitz, Lana Rogers in there, and all Northcliffe on the podium looking very, very good.
Yeah, they look so strong. Had a little bit of a smile, a little bit of a high five at the end there. Tiani Massey back again, Electra Outram. Carla Packpack, our trialist winner, right in there. Olivia Corrin, also very good yesterday, also today. Lucy Derbyshire, consistency, she's right in there as well. I have to say, Gemma Smith and Hannah Scully, their ski legs in that last back end of that Iron Woman was phenomenal to get them through.
They went past the likes of Pippi DePagna, Olivia Clues, Emily Doyle as well. So we say goodbye to one of the girls in the green togs there, Emily Doyle. Not the weekend she would have wanted, but coming off shoulder surgery in the off seasons, I think she had a labrum tear in there. So big recovery. Emily Doyle's done fantastically just to be here. A shout out to her. She will continue to get better. Board ski swim is the order. 22 will enter. We say goodbye to a bottom 6 again. 16 into the final. Jazzy Raywood on this edge. She liked it in the swim. I don't know if it played as well as she thought it would have here, but she's got plenty of space. And off in the centre, the world board race champion, Lily O'Sullivan, on that white-nosed board, goes to the front. Have a look at her go. She won the swim and the board at the World Championships on the Gold Coast just a few months ago. And you said earlier in the day, if she's recovered, she'll be very, very good in this format. And having a look at the starts like that, looks like she's recovered.
Yeah, you can definitely tell a lot from the athlete, especially in these eliminator formats. If they are firing off that start, going into that next eliminator, it's a good sign.
Yeah.
I feel like at the moment, I said it before, just on the south side at the start, Tiani Massey, one of our fastest starters, she actually got hit a fair bit as well as Jasmine Raywood.
Yeah.
But that's not slowing Lizzie Wellborn on the yellow on the other side. Time and time again, she goes for the board paddle, she loves it, and she's out in front looking very good.
Death Taxes and Lizzie Wellborn on the board leg. They're the only guarantees in life. She goes to the lead there. Carla Papak sitting on her tail as well. Lily O'Sullivan, Hannah Scully, and maybe Olivia Corrin there getting to work in the centre, trying to come across. Lana Rogers hanging in as well. Never far from the mark. Lana Rogers has been so good for the last, I would say, 5 seasons. She's just always been so consistent, so good. Whatever the event is, she's at the top end. Lizzie Wellborn goes around on the front. Was impressive yesterday with a 4th place finish. I think she probably deserved more. She was up in the top 3 most of the way, and this is her key leg. If she can get out in front, just like Naomi Scott did in the last one, use your weapon, get out in front, get out of all the riffraff, make yourself comfortable. You can get yourself through to that final race with plenty left in the tank.
Yeah, I like that. Get yourself comfortable, take a few extra breaths, and you come around that cannon. Just like Ali Day did, Lizzie Wellborn is out and about. Say goodbye to Lizzie. She is up. Lana Rogers not too far away. Our world champion, Lily O'Sullivan, there as well. And we've just got through the middle there, Josh. It could be Naomi Scott there. Naomi Scott doing very well. And here's a bit of a replay from the start.
Yeah, that start, very, very tough on this edge. They just got clipped there. We can see Raywood closest to us, Massey, Naomi Scott not too far away, but Lily O'Sullivan sort of 4 in, and Dom Stitt struggled just a little bit there. Lily O'Sullivan 4 in, that was the key. Get yourself into the water, get going, and have a look out in front. Corrin there doing a great job. Lizzie Wellborn, they're absolutely flying. These two will come together, work their way in towards the beach, and this is the kind of wave you want to set up your summer. The Kiwi there, Olivia Corrin, she's the New Zealand champion. She's the world ski race champion, former Australian board race champion. She can do it all. And from the Midway Club in New Zealand, they're out in front. Have a look at the chaos. You've got to be on this wave because there looks like there's, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 not on this wave. And that's the red zone if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, Hannah Scully was a little bit unlucky there. She was just ahead of that wave and she just got caught up by the pack there. So she'll be a little bit devastated about that. Lily O'Sullivan, I have to say, she had a little bit of a nosedive, so she had to wade her way through. That is not what you want at all, but Olivia Corrin came through, number 1 there, no surprise to see. Lizzie Wellborn not too far away. 10 seconds to Kalani Ives and that big pack coming through.
16's the red zone. Claudia Kelly, Bella Williams. We go a little bit further down. These girls, they're really under the pump. Piper Harrison and those 22, the next 6 girls, they went out in the last race. Carla Papak, who was sitting pretty in that board group, got caught and is now on the tail end. Not the transition she would have wanted, but she's a very, very strong ski paddler. And at the moment, it is, not what you want from a couple of these girls there. They're absolutely struggling to get the skis up and going. Piper Harrison, they're really battling to get it up and moving, and our leaders just going away. And that's what happened. When you get yourself out in front, Corrin, Wellborn, comfortable, clean water, that is the key.
Yeah, they look really good at the moment. Lizzie Wellborn, I can't knock her at the moment. Certainly not. She's looking so strong. She did yesterday as well. And a little bit unlucky with a few waves there. But Olivia Corrin trying to just jump onto Lizzie's wash so she can just relax a bit. Lucy Derbyshire, she looked like she was a little bit back in that board, but that certainly hasn't stopped her, and she looks like she's in third at the moment, also looking very comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely flying there, that is for sure. I like the look from these leaders here, very, very good. Gemma Smith there on the right-hand side, just at the bottom of the screen, starting to wind up. Tried to go to Paris as a kayaker there, so a ski leg. She's the former downwind world champion on the ski. Going to be very, very good. She's going to build into this one. But out in front, 1, 2, 3, Lizzie Wellborn, Corrin and Derbyshire. They came close yesterday. All three of these girls sitting inside the top 6, but couldn't get over the top of Lana Rogers. I think they'll look for a bit of revenge here.
Yeah, revenge is the right word for that one. We are looking for 16 girls. So after we finish off this ski leg, we are going to move into the swim. So the girls at the moment trying to set themselves up there. It's all very tight at the moment. Back 6 will drop out of this. That is at Shaw and Partners red zone. Lizzie Wellborn certainly a long way away from that at the moment, but I did like that word you used, revenge. I think Lana Rogers, 3 times champion. I say there'd be a few of the girls, definitely all eyes on her, absolutely going into the start of this series.
Yeah, you're spot on there. They all want to beat Lana Rogers. That she is the one with the big target on her back, and probably didn't have the start to the summer she wanted. Was part of the Australian team at the World Championships. Didn't get it done in the Coolangatta Gold, didn't get it done at the World Championships, but yesterday she looked like an absolute superstar and looked as good as she ever has. So Rogers has got a lot left. Interesting for these 2 of the 3 out in front, probably not so much Derbyshire, but Wellborn and Corrin, not noted swimmers. They'll head into the swim last here in this one, and I expect a couple of the girls in the background, Lana Rogers, there you can see her just cutting through screen. They'll swim these girls down, or they'll at least close the gap. It's all about the advantage they'll have heading into probably their weakest leg.
Yeah, I do like the work that Lizzie's done on her swim. She's really worked incredibly hard at it, and she's got a great squad at Newport there. They're all working really hard together, so I like the way she's improved on that. We just see a little wave out the back. Lucy, Lana behind them. You've got Naomi Scott, and there's a big pack coming through, so the girls will be looking side by side, counting how many numbers, just seeing if they are in that top 16.
Yeah, you're spot on there. And this red zone going to come down. The only one, well, they're going to get into a real fight there. Up and through transition, Wellborn. In and around, not too far away, looking very, very comfortable. Grace Harris has had a great paddle. Lana Rogers works her way through. Corrin, a couple more of these girls doing a fantastic job. Mia Cook, the Victorian. So Mia Cook on debut, young gun, only 19 or 18 years of age, training at the Warrnambool Club under Steve Kerr down there. He's a great coach, absolute superstar. So watch for him and his athletes in the future. She's just made the move up to the Sunshine Coast there as well. But big moves. Grace Harris, great paddle from her.
And the Shaw and Partners red zone there, we see Lily Finardi. We've got Piper Harris in there. Lily O'Sullivan is a big one that's back there as well.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple of the girls out there that really want to try and get into that top 16. Jasmine Raywood, Dom Stitt. We saw Dom Stitt very, very strong in the trial. So a big swim leg. They will be fighting for it, out there going to war.
Lily O'Sullivan, someone I expected to be at the top end of this one. Emma Woods, she had a dislocated shoulder last week, but said she was fine, and she's been at the top end of this sport for a long time. Dom Stitt was in top 8 yesterday, and Jazzy Raywood, especially coming off that ski, she's one that I thought she would have worked her way through, but still looked very, very tired. Spoke to one of the handlers for her yesterday, didn't take on any nutrition or any water in that 40-minute race, and it was brutal, 30 degrees there. That's got to have an effect coming in today. Let's see what she can produce in the swim. As the girls in the green start to go to work out in the swim, Jenny Parry in the sand.
Oh, yes, I've got Reece Drew down here, a former Coolangatta Gold champ, now proud coach of Dom Stitt. Top 10 finish for her yesterday. She's still racing now. You must be so proud.
Yeah, super proud of her. She's had a massive off-season, and yesterday's results showed that. She's hurting today. She's struggling a little bit now, but yeah, fingers crossed she can sneak through to this final.
We're all hoping that as well. Go Handle. Good luck. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
One of the all-time greats of the Shaw and Partners Iron Series, Reece Drury, and he's a Wollongong boy. Hold him close to my heart there, that is for sure. And he's done a fantastic job with Dom Stitt. He's, an unbelievable coach. He was a great athlete and a really good guy as well. So good to see Dom Stitt getting into her work. She's got plenty of work to do, but she was in 21st place heading into this final swim. We're only chasing 16, and you can see that's it about there. That's your red zone there. A couple going around that can. They're in the mix, and the girls on the front here, I think they've just started to ease off on the accelerator like we spoke about in the boys. They're just taking the foot off. Get yourself there. Don't take too many risks and don't burn too many matches.
It's a smart thing to do at the moment because you want to get through. You just have to be top 16. So again, it doesn't matter if you're first or you're 16th. You just want to get through, and you have that opportunity to take the win out. So at the moment, as we said, Wanda isn't producing the waves that
we normally get here.
Yes, absolutely, that we would normally get. So it is an opportunity for the front girls who do have that little bit of a gap over the traffic of the back markers. They can slow it down a bit and save some energy.
The interesting thing for me is you look at the girls at the front of the race, it's all green togs, it's all gold caps. It's the girls they qualified automatically through last year's series by finishing inside the top 12. And you'd say in that sort of 6 or 7 in the leaders there, most of them are those auto qualifiers from last year. I'd say almost all of them at this point. And that's experience coming to it. You spoke about it, Courtney, in the men's race. If you do eliminators, you get better at eliminators, and you've got to go through it, and you've got to experience it, and you've got to get knocked out a couple of times to learn what it takes. And this is the back markers. The girls out the back there are really battling and fighting it out to stay alive. Lana Rogers stands up in the centre, no problems at all. Lucy Derbyshire is there as well on that right-hand side. Naomi Scott stands up, looks very, very comfortable. The girls get into their work. Lizzie Wellborn's there as well, up and into their work, and it's all girls in green and gold as they make their way up through race number 2. Experience comes to the fore, where they're going to have no issues at all.
Yeah, you just see Lana Rogers. She just wants to come round and just relax on through. So we've got Lana Rogers through, Lucy Derbyshire, 1 and 2 from yesterday.
Wellborn,
Lizzie Wellborn, Olivia Corrin, very good. Grace Harris has been very impressive.
Hasn't she?
Very impressive today, looks very calm, relaxed. Georgia Fitzsimmons coming through there. Annalise Kibble coming through there as well.
I think that might be it. Kalani Ives, she'll be close to the mark, up and along. Bella Williams, I don't know if she's going to get home. Kalani Ives in 14, maybe Bella Williams will get in there. So Bella Williams 15, one more up. We can see these girls making the charge. Lily O'Sullivan survives. Lily O'Sullivan gets through to race number 3. We say goodbye to Gemma Smith, Carla Papak. Not what you want from these ladies. Dom Stitt, despite the great result yesterday, 19th. That'll be enough to get her through to round 2 up in Newcastle. Jazzy Raywood looks absolutely exhausted after yesterday. Tough day out for Lily Finardi as well. Well, Lily O'Sullivan, doesn't matter whether you get there by an inch or a mile, getting there is enough, and she has survived. So we say goodbye. Gemma Smith, Carla Papak, Dom Stitt, Piper Harrison, Lily Finardi, and Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park's Jasmine Raywood. That is all she wrote for those ladies. Race number 2 of the Eliminator, run and done.
We now move on to number 3, top 16, and the order for this one will be ski, swim, board.
We'll head down to the beach with somebody who just survived in 14th place. Kalani Ives is with Jenny Parry.
Oh, absolutely. She has survived. Tough day yesterday. Kalani, you were the first to qualify for this series through the next gen. You're still racing now. This is exciting.
Oh, yeah, it's a very tough race with all these girls. I'm actually dead.
Well, guess what? One more. We're going to go again. Go, rest, recover. We'll see you soon.
She's actually dead. I don't think she's the only one down there. I think we have 16 very, very tired girls. Stick with us. Coming up after the break, race number 3 of the Eliminator. It's the Shaw & Partners Iron Series. Welcome back to the Shaw & Partners Iron Series, Wanda Beach. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, but it's time for the final race of the Eliminator here for the Iron Women. We've had 2 unbelievably tight races so far, Courtney Hancock. Let's take a look at the results from round number 2. Lana Rogers there got the win. Lucy Derbyshire and Lizzie Wellborn, but it's not the top page that we're worried about. It's that back half. Only 16 got themselves through.
It was, definitely. If we look through, we saw Kibble get through there, Ives got through Williams, and Lily O'Sullivan, the last one in. Unfortunately, our Coolangatta Gold champion, Gemma Smith, unfortunately missed out by 1 there. We also lose Papak, Stitt, and Harrison as well. Dom Stitt had a really great, she got 8th yesterday, so she'll be disappointed. And Jasmine Raywood to round out that Shaw and Partners red zone.
Yeah, that was exactly right. Don't worry about the Shaw and Partners red zone anymore. It's all about first across the line. 16 there. The order is ski, swim, board. First across the line. You're a Shaw and Partners Iron Series race winner. And then we will cut 6 athletes from the series completely. It's all on the line here. Georgia Fitz on this end. Lana Rogers alongside her with Emma Woods. This is where you want to be. There's going to be some speed on this edge. Have a look at Kibble's gone a little bit further than everyone else on the ski there. I don't know if it was the move. Lana Rogers, Georgia Fitz, they are gone.
Oh, they are out and about. You just saw also Lucy Derbyshire on that side. She's on the blue and the pink up the top there. She was second position yesterday. There was a little bit of a traffic jam. They got caught up on that other side there. So unfortunately, Kibble's there. We also saw Kalani Ives and Lucy Derbyshire.
That's Lucy Derbyshire right there, just ahead of Kalani Ives on the tail, having to work their way into it. This is the leaders. Rogers on that left, Georgia Miller on the white there. It looks like that's Tiani Massey, on the right-hand side. Lizzie Wellborn as well. Look at Lizzie Wellborn go. Olivia Corrins in the mix there, right in the centre of your screen. Not too far away as well. Mia Cooks had a great start on the ski, the Victorian from Warrnambool. They'll be cheering her on down there, just 18 years of age, just finished school, and she's in this Eliminator, up to her eyeballs, absolutely loving it at the moment. So here we go. Out in front, well, first and second from last summer. Third place not too far away, Olivia Corrin as well. The cream really rises to the top.
Fitzsimmons and Rogers, they train day in, day out together, morning and night. So they are very much used to each other being in this position. We've seen them 1-2 many times, whether it's Australian titles, whether it's been the Shaw and Partners Iron Series. Georgia just looking over, and then she looks around. She sees a yellow ski of Lizzie Wellborn, who was looking phenomenal. She was back about 5th, and she thought, you know what, I don't want to be in 5th, I want to get up in 3rd. So Lizzie Wellborn making a dent there. Also Tiani Massey hanging in there as well. So it's all the top girls out the front at the moment.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Naomi Scott there got a little bit of work to do. This is the back few there. A lot of pressure on these girls that are, well, they've got to work their way through this field because they're not worried about the red zone anymore. You can see out in front, Rogers going one way, Georgia Miller going another. They're taking everybody with them. I think maybe Grace Harris in the middle there, splitting the difference along with Tiani Massey, trying to work herself into it. Lucy Derbyshire's paddled through the field very, very well alongside Electra Outram. There's Mia Cook on the far right-hand side. Lily O'Sullivan on the white ski gets a run. That's her in the background, starting to run over the top with Lucy Derbyshire. That's Rogers in front, a Corrin just behind her as well. Lucy Derbyshire here, she comes into it, and you give her a sniff and she's going to get involved. That is for sure. And oh, this wave, if they can run this all the way to the beach, this might really split the field wide open. I think if they can run it to the shore, the winner will come from these 8 girls.
This is the first time we've seen this all day. On screen at the moment is Grace Harris. Well, her best result in this series is 14th, so she is right up and about, and she looked very good in that second eliminator. But I have to say, that second wave that came through that brought the second group coming through, they're now up with the the top markers, should I say, at the moment. Lizzie Wellborn, what about that jump that she got off her ski?
Yeah, Lizzie Wellborn into the swim. There'll be a couple of girls here. I'm going to say your Lucy Derbyshire's, your Lizzie Wellborn's, your Grace Harris. They just got to survive the swim. They're the better board paddlers here, and Lizzie Wellborn's got a weapon. Grace Harris, I think she's the 4-time Victorian board champion out of Torquay, now up at Alexandra Headland on the Sunshine Coast. Olivia Corrins, the Australian board champion there. Kalani Ives flying, Electra Outram, Lily O'Sullivan there as well. All these girls, that's the second wave there as they start to get up, work their way through. Bella Williams has done a great job. Ives, Kibble, Outram is there, Lily O'Sullivan, Mia Cook, Naomi Scott, Emma Woods, Hannah Scully. A lot of good board paddlers in that second group, but somebody's got to swim them through. I think it's Lily O'Sullivan. If anybody can bridge the gap, it's O'Sullivan. As Scully really fires up, she's been in a lot of these eliminators in the past as well. She knows it's go time because this race is getting away from that group.
If you're going to fire up, it is the time to go now. This is a swim leg. We talk about those moments when you're racing, and this is a moment to go out and absolutely take this race on, because as soon as they come in on that swim leg, there's one more transition to go. And we saw from there, from Ali Day. Once you turn that can and grab onto a runner, you are off and away. But here we go. We see it again. Lana Rogers out in front leading the way.
Yeah, putting them under pressure. She did this yesterday. She's really started the squeeze here. Middle leg of race number 3. Ski, swim, board is the order. And I think Rogers, Georgia Fitz, they know that there's the girls in this race. Lizzie Wellborn's, Tiani Massey, Grace Harris, Olivia Corrin. There's girls in that front group. They're great board paddlers. They've got to go now. They have to get away. Jenny Parry, what are you seeing from the sand?
Oh, I tell you what, I've actually just grabbed Braden Casamento. You're doing double time today. You raced in the Ironman. Now Emma Woods is out there. You're handling for her in the Ironwomen. How do you rate her chances?
If she puts in a good swim, she might be back up there, but I think she's kind of just settled to qualify for the next round. It's just more survival for that top 22, I think, now.
This weekend is all about survival. The Eliminator now, round 1. We'll find out who's going to come back to Newcastle. Go, handle, get in there.
Yeah, Emma Woods' partner there, Braden Casamento, also in the series. And I think after dislocating his shoulder, it took him 5 hours to put her shoulder back in at the hospital. She works at the hospital she went to. She's a nurse. So it took him 5 hours to get that shoulder back in. I think surviving this weekend after doing that less than a week ago is a pretty incredible effort from Emma Woods. So the expectation was super low, but at her best, she's as good as anybody in the sport. The girls turned for home at the halfway mark. That field, I think Grace Harris has just dropped off the back. She's the only one in that lead pack in the pink, and she's just dropped off there. This is the chase pack there, really going to work. We can see them trying to get across, trying to work their way back to the leaders, and it's just not happening at the moment. A couple of the girls in pink really getting a wriggle on. Electra Outram there, she's in yellow on the front end, and they're going to need a wave, but there's just nothing at Wanda on offer, nothing that'll take you through the field at the moment. And it's still Lana Rogers who leads that pack, and this is the chase here. I think that's Kibble on the front.
Yeah, absolutely. That is Annalise Kibble out in front there at the moment, trying to really pull that front pack back. We've got Lily O'Sullivan not too far away there as well, but we move to the front. Lana Rogers is stretching out. Lucy Derbyshire has taken Georgia Fitzsimmons just over to the south a little bit, and then we also move over to Tiani Massey as well. So all these girls, they've won multiple events. They know how to race. They all know how to sprint finish, and they certainly know how to finish an Iron Woman with the board last.
Yeah, one of the girls has gone their own way. Oh, Grace Harris has got a wave on that far right-hand side. She's picked one up. That'll get her back into it. So danger signs for these girls because Harris can paddle. Lana Rogers, you can see the determination. She gets into her work, gets into her transition. She's the best transitioner in the sport, probably followed by Tiani Massey in second place, Lizzie Wellborn, Georgia Fitz. It looks like Olivia Corrin and Grace Harris back onto the pack as well. So we're loving this at the moment. Into the final leg of the final race. We've got ourselves a top 6, and this could come from anywhere, but Lana Rogers, she is absolutely flying.
Yeah, Lana Rogers transition. If you want to beat Lana, you really have to make sure you go on that transition. But we do have Jenny Parry right in the midst of it.
Well, I tell you what, Olivia Corrin is looking very, very good. And how good is Grace Harris? It was one thing to see her in this final race, but she is still in the pointy end. Can anyone catch Lana Rogers now? She flew off the start. She wants this so badly. She wants a double victory at Wanda.
Yeah, are we going to have back-to-back winners here with Lana Rogers and Ali Day? The rest of the girls chasing very hard. There's Outram, there's Kalani Ives getting in on the act. You've got to go now because it's all about points as well. You want to keep your series hopes alive here in the Shaw and Partners Iron Woman Series. Have a look at that. Lana Rogers out in front. At the bottom, the pink and blue, Tiani Massey. Yellow behind her is Lizzie Wellborn. The blue board, Lucy Derbyshire out on her own. Georgia Fitzsimmons. Behind them, Corrin and Grace Harris. All of these girls are close enough. Here comes Tiani Massey. She's never won a race before. The best she's ever finished is third. She had it to end last summer and yesterday as well. So back-to-back thirds. Can she win? Similarly for Lizzie Wellborn, who's working her way up at the moment, only ever 2 race wins and 11 minor placings in the past. She is the perennial bridesmaid. These two girls, they're very good board paddlers, but Lana Rogers is as tough as nails, third leg of an Iron Woman race.
She's very tough, and she can also finish a race off with that run as well. Here comes Lizzie Wellborn. She's just got on her belly, having a little bit of rest. She's just looking at Lana Rogers' tail. If she can get around this can nice and clean, cleanly. Lucy Derbyshire hanging behind Lizzie Wellborn. Tiani Massey, we know she can grit and she really wants this. So Lana Rogers can't look behind at the moment, but Lizzie Wellborn has just closed that gap. So
she's on.
Off this last can, who's going to do an alley day and who's going to get that rating up?
I was just thinking it. Lana Rogers is going to turn first shot at these runners. She's going to up the rating, up onto the knees and accelerate. Lizzie Wellborn, Tiani Massey, Lucy Derbyshire, Olivia Corrin. She's close, but I think she might be out of it. Rogers up on her knees. Derbyshire, Wellborn up as well. This is the chase pack. They're at the first can, so they've still got to go the length of the cans and turn for home as our leaders are starting to get runners on the way in. It's still Rogers out in front. Lizzie Wellborn trying to battle. This is Outram. This is Outram out in the chase pack. The race is out the front. The girls, are turning and going for home. So out in front, Lana Rogers, Lizzie Wellborn up alongside him there. Lucy Derbyshire chasing. I think Fitz is done. I think Corrin's done as well. Lizzie Wellborn finds a runner. Tiani Massey and Olivia Corrin have gone a long, long way down, but Lizzie Wellborn has found absolutely nothing to blow this race wide open.
Oh, Lizzie Wellborn has led multiple Ironwomen, multiple board legs, but Lana Rogers, that's why she's a true champion. She is coming back at Lizzie. And it's Lizzie Wellborn, Lana Rogers, Tiani Massey. She's not out of as well. She's on the south side, but it might be too late.
Punch and counter punch from Wellborn and Rogers. It's a sprint up the beach, side by side. Lana Rogers, Lizzie Wellborn. They've pushed each other the entire way for 3 races. Lana Rogers got the win yesterday. She had to fight hard for it today. Back to back for Rogers. Claims another win. Lizzie Wellborn, valiant in defeat. What about that performance from those ladies? One of the best races you will ever see. Tiani Massey, I think, up the beach into 3rd place. Back-to-back 3rd place finishes for Tiani Massey. Olivia Corrin in 4th, Lucy Derbyshire in 5 there. Grace Harris, the best performance of her career, to finish in 6th. And Georgia Fitz, just happy to get herself through to the next couple of rounds in Newcastle. What do you say about Lana Rogers? She's as good as it gets.
Well, everyone watching the moment, I know you'd have chills down your spine because we certainly did here. And here we have the Hannah Scully, we've got Amy Scott, Bella Williams, all coming through now to make up the numbers and all very valuable points. Everyone wants to be there at Newcastle. Kalani Ives, our next gen winner, going across Mia Cook, her debut going very, very well. But back to Lana Rogers. Alley Day, Lana Rogers, they won last year. It's not enough. They want more. To take the double at Wanda Beach against such a supreme group of athletes is just such a dominant performance.
I thought Lizzie Wellborn had got it. She blew it wide open. She had maybe 5 forward lengths on Lana Rogers, and she found a runner, she found a wave, and she found a way to get back into it. She knew if she could get to the sand with her, she'd beat her up the beach. Jenny Parry is with an absolute superstar. How did she find a way to get onto that wave with Lizzie Wellborn?
I tell you that was one of the most dramatic finishes that we have seen all weekend. Lana, the perfect series continues, but that finish, you had to work for it.
Oh, Lizzie gave me a good fight. Massive congratulations to Lizzie. She's paddling phenomenal. I can tell she's really hungry. So came up to a sprint finish, and I was just able to keep calm and see what I got.
I love the way you attacked the start of that final race. Some of the girls were just happy to be there, making up the numbers, but you really, really wanted that win.
Yeah, like I said, I had a rough start to the season. Not too bad, but I expected better of myself, and it's like I just want to lock in and see what we can do.
You've locked in, and we have seen what you can do. 2 victories here at Wanda. Go, rest, celebrate, and we will see you in Newcastle.
Santa's coming to town. Thank you.
Fantastic work. Thank you so much.
A very happy Lana Rogers, and what a Christmas present that is. Back-to-back wins. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here. And Jenny Parry was spot on. She grabbed that one by the scruff of the neck and really went after it there. Georgia Fitz was very good, came under the pump late, and we had disappointment for a couple of the ladies. We'll do the calculations now. We're going to say goodbye to 6 girls in this series, and it's a brutal way to do it, but it's a special thing we're going to see this summer. Everybody who survives gets an opportunity to win not only the Shaw & Partners Iron Series, but their share of $400,000 in prize money and an Isuzu MUX as well. Drive away happy with that one, because you will be the absolute champ if you can get there. This was the moment. I thought Lizzie Wellborn had won, but somehow Rogers gritted the teeth, got herself back into it, and that finish was lightning.
Yeah, Lana Rogers is one of, if not the best finisher of the Iron Women. She's so hard to beat, but the one moment I like in that sprint finish was Lizzie Wellborn. She kind of had a grit and teeth, and that means she really wants it. So second won't be good enough for her, but she did very well today, and she's showing that true signs of going very well this summer.
Let's take a look at the results. 64 maximum points for Lana Rogers. Tiani Massey and Lizzie Wellborn in equal second place. Lucy Derbyshire strong all weekend, as was Corrin, Outram and Scully. Georgia Fitz a little bit further down the page. This is where it starts to get interesting. We're taking 22 through to the next round. So Mia Cook, Claudia Kelly, Kalani Ives in their first ever series survives. And then in equal 22nd place, Jasmine Raywood and the youngest in the field, Pippi DePagna, survived through to Newcastle. Unfortunately, we say goodbye to Emily Doyle, Piper Harrison, Lily Finardi, Liv Clue, Charlotte Cross and Georgia Singleton. Their Shaw and Partners Iron Series ends for the summer. It's not what we wanted, but that's how brutal this sport can be. We'll head down now. The presentation is coming up. We'll take a look at the results here from the men's, and this is from yesterday's points and today's points added together. The round winner there, Ethan Callahan in third place. I don't know what to say about him. There's not enough superlatives. I've been told by a few good sources this morning that they remind him of a young Darren Mercer. He's young, he's tall, he's such a good board paddler, swimmer, runner, and he burst onto the scene. Didn't get a win in his first race, but just continued to win after that. So that's a big wrap for Ethan Callahan. Joe Collins, I think he was the best of the rest all weekend, and especially today. But what do you say about this man, the great one, Ali Day?
Oh, Ali Day, I tell you what, there's we will be here all day, won't we? Literally, Ali Day will be here all day talking about him. He's just supreme, and you can see at the moment, all the Ironmen that are racing him, I think for them, learn off him, watch him, do as much as you can to kind of absorb and be a sponge, because he's doing all the right things at the moment, and perfection.
Yeah, that's it. His 21st race win today, and what a win it was. He built through it absolutely perfectly, and smiles all around for these three gentlemen. We'll sit back and relax for a month, and then we'll be back in Newcastle for round number 2. 2 more races. We'll head up there with Super Sprint and the Eliminator again. And these boys will do it all again, and it's all about surviving across the entire series, because you can't win it unless you get to the end. And if you do win it, you walk away with an Isuzu MUX. Have a look at that. These gentlemen will be very happy. Someone will be driving away, one guy, one girl. We can see everybody having a look there, and yeah, it looks good, that is for sure. And a huge shout out to our, strategic partners who make this one possible. Our Raming Rights partner as well, Shaw and Partners Financial Services. We'll take a look at the points from round number 1, and it was Day, Collins, Ethan Callahan, Mags Harlan, Askew, Collins, Morris, Borg, and Piper inside the top 10, but Courtney Hancock, the beauty of this one, we wipe those points. They don't count anymore. We will head into Newcastle a completely clean slate.
Yeah, they ticked that one off, got through. We had Matt Bevilacqua getting through, Corey Taylor, and then we also had Will Savage and Ben Carberry last one in. Sadly, we say goodbye to Tex Dixon, Mitch Stitt, Beattie, Hendy, Fletcher, and unfortunately for Kendrick Lewis, we wish him all the best in his recovery.
Yeah, that's exactly right, I'm sure, and hopefully we'll see him. He's another one of those veterans that have been in the sport for a very, very long time. So we hope he recovers. Hopefully we see him before the end of the summer, but if not, I'm sure he will be back ready to go for the trial next summer, because he's an absolute superstar, a former champion in 2020. Next up, it's the ladies' podium. They'll be fresh off the finish line, and Wanda, haven't we had an absolute blast here this weekend?
Wanda have put on an absolute show for us, absolutely. We've had a little bit of everything. We saw some waves, we had some potholes, we had some chop, we had some sprint finishes. It was all happening out there, and so tough, and the conditions and the formats really tested the athletes right to their limits.
What do you think if you're Lizzie Wellborn in third place or Tiani Massey in second place? You did everything right and it just didn't come out for you. And I think for Lizzie Wellborn, maybe her 12th minor placing and standing on the podium. What do you got to do to get Lana Rogers?
Well, I think at the moment they're dangerous, because they didn't get a win.
That's it.
And where they're standing right now, they want to take, everyone wants to obviously take down the champion as well as Ali Day. But Lana Rogers, I think, again, they can watch over their races, look at the little, break it to pieces, look at the little pieces, what did I do? how can I do this better? I mean, Lizzie Wellborn, for her, was just that one little runner to get in front. She would have had Lana Rogers. So I think for these two girls, it was so close, and they are right there.
Yeah, you're spot on there. Lana Rogers on the top step. A big thank you as well to Jimmy Walker, the Olympian from Race 1 Surfcraft. He's handing out the medals and the checks there. $8,000 for the round win, $5,000 for second, $3,000 for third. Of course, there's overall prize money that adds up to $400,000 for these guys and girls. And they'll be smiling for a couple of weeks. Sit back, relax, enjoy your Christmas. But the action will continue here in the Shaw and Partners Iron Series. Newcastle for round number 2. 2 more races, we spoke about it. Super sprint, short, sharp, fired up, and then another eliminator. We love finishing those weekends with the eliminator, don't we?
We do. The athletes, as much as they hate it, they love it as well. It tests them to the absolute top, and that's it for as you mentioned, for these athletes. Christmas is not too far away, but they will have to work really hard over this time, and that's why a lot of them said they're committed, they're dedicated, they're hardworking, and this is exactly why.
Back to back for these two, and they're wearing those yellow togs for a reason. They're the defending series champions. They've won just about everything. The resumes for both of them are long and distinguished, and it becomes, well, what do you do to beat these two? Because they've been the best two competitors in the sport for the last 6 to 8 years, without a shadow of a doubt.
They have. They've been incredible. They're racing. They're just so strong and they're so fierce, and they really do everything right. So round 1 leaderboard here at Wanda. Let's have a look. Lana Rogers, we just spoke. She's just been racing so strong. Tiani Massey, Lizzie Wellborn, they are right there in the hunt, as well as Derbyshire, Corrin, very good. Altram, Scully, Fitzsimmons, Scott, Harris. She had a breakout day today.
Didn't she ever? She's been so good to sit inside that top 10. 3 girls equal there. We separate by best results. That's how Tiani Massey ended up with the second, and Lizzie Wellborn third on the overall point score. Heading down the page, Cook, Kelly, Ives. If you'd said to them at the start of the week, you'll get yourself through to that next round, they would have taken it instantly there. So they've got to be happy with that. Raywood, Pippi DePania tight on that one there. And heartbreak for these girls, not what they wanted. They want to be part of the series for as long as possible there, but that's what makes the Shaw and Partners Iron Series so special and so tough. You've got to get it done week in, week out, otherwise you will go home. And unfortunately for Doyle, Harrison, Finardi, Clues, Charlotte Cross and Georgia Singleton, that ends their time in the sun here at the Shaw and Partners Financial Services Ironman and Ironwoman Series. What a weekend it's been, Courtney Hancock. You have been absolutely incredible in your commentary all weekend, your insight. Jenny Parry on the beach has been spectacular as well. From here we head to Newcastle in just a couple of weeks' time, the 11th and 12th of January. That is when we will have round number 2. There are 2 more races, then rounds 3 and 4 on the Gold Coast in 1st and 2nd of February in 2025. We'll say goodbye to a few more athletes after that, and we'll just take a look at the dates here, and what a summer we have coming up ahead of us, and it is all there. We love Newcastle, don't we?
Oh, we certainly do. It can throw up anything, and we'll just look at that schedule. As you said, we can tick off round 1. Wanda, that is done and dusted. Round 2, the 11th and 12th of January, and then we move on to rounds 3 and 4, which will be North Burleigh, the 1st and 2nd of February.
On behalf of myself and the entire team, thank you, and we'll see you next time for the Shaw and Partners Financial Services Ironman and Ironwoman Series. What a weekend it's been. A big thank you as well to Engine Swimwear, Race 1 Surfcraft, Yeah Nah 0% Beer, our national partners Ampol, DHL, Isuzu and Westpac. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you all in the new year.